there's a lot of bees in there.
Yeah, that's it. Well, the fellow here yesterday said he only brought the small boxes. He did not anticipate.
Yeah, I brought a small box too, but I saw the picture. I was like, I don't know. I think the small box is going to be too small, so I brought extra ones. Now, when I do shake the branch, there's gonna be a cloud of them. Yeah, yeah.
There's one big funnel.
That would be amazing. Yeah. Hey, girls. Just see myself lifting my head up into the swarm. Yeah. All right, what we got going on here, girls? I'm gonna shake you. Yep. All right, get in there. Okay, you ready? Yeah. All right, here we go. Whoops, I broke the branch. Oh no, they're just on me. They're just walking on me. I might not have got the queen because there's still a pretty good cluster up there. But see them all on the ground there? If she's in the box, you'll start seeing them funnel up. But her pheromones are up top too, so they may just start forming back up top. It might be. I mean, none of these ones on the ground are moving up yet, though. So. I mean, the ones that are in the box are actually clustered around the frames that I put in there. That's a good sign. She might be in there. Yeah, I may give it another shake here in a second, but right now, I mean, that's looking pretty good. These ones up here are fanning. Fanning is usually a good sign because that means the queen is close by and they're fanning her pheromones to get them to come down. So you might start seeing them dropping down here in just a little bit. So we'll give it a little bit, see how they do. Right on. A lot of bees. That's awesome. Man, that is awesome. They're already calming down. I mean, you can still see some of them flying, but they've really calmed down already. Just that fast. Well, you don't have to pay me nothing. No. The bees are my payment. No.
Alrighty, well, thank you.
I will bring you honey for payment for tribute.
That's the best kind.
That's
I
right.
Like this deal. Maybe we'll find some more swarms.
That's right. No. The only time I charge is if it's in a wall, if it's in a house. The cutouts, that's way more work, and I don't like to do that. The only cutouts I like to do is if it's already on, if the house is being remodeled, and the contractors are like, you can tear out that wall, we're gonna fix it again. Yeah. That's a workout, but yeah, if it's in a tree or in a rose bush, I'm just like, 3 bees, that's great. So, Yo, no, thanks for calling me. This is great. My Thursday mornings are usually I go have coffee with a couple other beekeepers, and I texted them this morning, I'm going to be late. I'm going to get a swarm. They're like, okay.
Is it the gentleman I called last night said he just got back from, he was out of town or something?
Darren?
Darren.
Darren's great. No, I'll see Darren on Friday. Today I'm going to meet up with Scott and Vern. Vern is 94 years old, sharp as a whip, and still keeping bees. Yeah, he's absolutely amazing. I attribute it to the bees. The bees are keeping him young.
There's something about that bee pollen.
Right.
I've seen it.
Yeah.
Ads for men.
All right, girls, I'm going to give you a good shake again. Let's see what we can do here. Usually they'll fly around. If she's in the box, I'm gonna put that lid. I'm gonna shake those bees in, and then just kind of leave an opening just for them to be able to start crawling in, because they like it when it's dark. So once I put the lid on and leave a little gap for them to crawl in, if she's in there, which I'm pretty sure she is, they will start just funneling in. You can watch them. They'll just start trucking in, and it's just the coolest thing. Like, these guys look like they're starting to.
It looks like they're moving up.
Yeah, they are. So, which is great. And I've got 4 or 5 frames in the bottom.
Right there on the end that they go in or no?
No, I think
They're just stuck.
I think they're just stopping right there. Normally I have a bottom board, which has the opening in them, and then I leave that open for them to crawl in, and then I put the lid all the way on. Every one of my bottom boards is being used, so I have these little aluminum things that I use to keep as kind of a honey drip catch, and they fit my boxes pretty good. So kind of like a baking tray, yeah. And then I'll just use that. I got one at the bottom, and I'll use one at the top, and then once I get home, I'll rehive them, and they'll be good to go. But
I'm surprised they were hanging on because it was really windy.
yeah, and they do okay in the wind. I was surprised that when I texted this morning that you said they were still here, because usually first light they're already gone. They head out. They found their house. So the fact that they're here is good. That means they got here late enough that they didn't find a spot yesterday, and they were just hanging out. And today they would have probably left before noon is my guess. But that is a good amount of bees. I do like that. That is just amazing.
That we found a sweet fruit.
They did too. Right back up. Her pheromones are all over up there. I know she's not up there, so that's all pheromones right now. That's funny. But the fact that they're fanning and they're coming up this tray, I feel pretty good that she's in here. I'm actually gonna shake these in. Slide you off, girls. Atta girl. There you go. All right, so let's do this. Oh yeah, these ones, if you look,
Oh, they're all moving.
they're moving towards the box. So see these ones funneling, kind of heading up. If you want to get a video of that, they're starting to truck right up. So that's just the coolest look.
Eventually the others will get the message.
Yep, they sure will. So these ones on the box are fanning. These ones aren't doing too much yet. They're just hanging out. These girls are starting to truck up. So, and I've got it off the box a little bit right here, so they can get in under here.
Nice, you got the opening on the top.
And then I've got the opening on the top. Yep. So they should be able to get in from all sides.
There's a lot less, well, obviously you shook the thing, but a lot less out here than there was.
Sure, sure. But the box, when inside, I mean, that bottom box is almost full. I mean, it is packed. Yeah. So.
Daytime versus evening in terms of transport?
No, transport doesn't matter. I like evening. I like to pick them up in the evening because that's when they kind of tuck away. They start clustering because they can't see in the dark. They navigate by the sunlight. Even in the with the clouds, they can see the sun because it's all infrared for them. So moving them at night is okay. Moving them in the day isn't a problem. But what I like to do is get all those bees inside, and so by nighttime they should actually be into the.
Well, you work
hive.
like second shift.
And then nighttime swarms are great. Like if I'd have come last night and shook them, the only problem with getting them at night is they can't see. They can't. So they land on the ground and then they start crawling up your leg. So this is way better to catch the swarm in the day and then move them at night. That's really the key.
Well, if you're working the season,
That's perfect.
All right. Well, I'm glad you were able to get out here.
Right on. Thank you, sir.
Yep.
Nice job. All right, this is the swarm that I got this morning. I'm gonna grab the smoker, get them smoked in, but they all stuck around. This is the branch they were on. That huge swarm was on here, and I got them all tucked in. So I'm just gonna smoke them a little bit, get them pushed the rest of the way into the box, close it up, and get them home. Yay, bees. Well, we had a minor incident on the way home. The boxes shifted in the back of the truck, and I had bees all over when I opened it back up. So I got them transferred into the hive butler. The ones that were in the top box I took in the back and shook into a hive and put a lid on it. And then I just kind of left the hive butler with the lid partially on, and they've mostly moved back in. So just giving it a little bit more time. I think I got all the bees out of there. Just giving it a little bit more time for them to settle down, and then I'm gonna carry them into the backyard and put them in the hive. All right. This morning's swarm is all tucked away. 2 deeps in a super. There were so many bees. I have a little cluster on the side here. A couple of stragglers up here. A little cluster there. But they should be fine till morning. And all these girls out here on the front deck. I may need to put another box on. My goodness, there's a lot of bees. And it's not hot out, so I don't think they're out here because they're trying to cool off the hive. I think they're out here because they're bloody packed in there. So tomorrow I may add another box, or I may split them. Just introduce a new queen to the split. Haven't decided yet. We'll figure that out on the morrow. But other than that, successful swarm catch, successful rehoming. Yay, bees.